Fintech plus challenger brand? That's right, SoFi coming at you now.
Hey, welcome back to Thinking Out Loud. I am Joel.
I am Brad.
And we are feeling two things. We're feeling psyched today, subtext caffeinated. Two, we're feeling disruptive. And so we're talking about disruptive companies, and we're talking about disruptive fintech companies, and we're talking about the leader of the pack of disruptive fintech companies, which is SoFi. So we want to create the campaign for SoFi. We haven't done a create the campaign video for a while. And we're like, hey, these guys are crushing it.
It's time.
Let's talk about a create the campaign. So before we get to it, I want to hear quickly and concisely, what is SoFi doing right now in their own marketing before we get to where we think an influencer campaign would matter?
So SoFi is doing a lot of fantastic things. So quick background for those of you who don't know. Financial services provider that's really targeting the millennial audience. Started in student loan refinancing, has gotten into all the loans, all the mortgages, all the money management piece. So have a fantastic swath of offerings, if you will. And what they're doing really, really well is they're creating a relationship with their audience. So they're fishing where the fish are. So they're doing a lot of meetups. They're offering a lot of seminars. They're going to dinners, wine tasting. Things that matter to their audience. Millennials, they like experiences.
They like experience
SoFi
and they like connection.
Offers experiences, offers connections.
Yeah.
Fantastic, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
What else are millennials connected to? Their university, right? So SoFi has done a fantastic job partnering with the Big Ten Network and the Big Ten Conference as a large corporate partner there, which allows them to be seen as a key provider for what is the front porch of the university, athletics. So they're sponsoring the Big Ten basketball tournament. They have tons of ads running on Fox and the Big Ten Network before, after, and during games. People feel very connected to their university. SoFi recognizes that, dives in, and has a huge partnership with the country's largest conference as measured by alumni base. So big move, smart move by SoFi.
Super smart. And then the other thing they started doing recently is they just launched a video series where their members were kind of like getting real about their
money talks.
Money talks. Their financial difficulties, financial challenges, which is so smart because money is really hard. People get weird around money. There's all sorts of identity.
From money.
People get divorced. But like, there's embarrassment. Like, you screw up your finances. There's so much embarrassment about that. And like, it's frankly, this is one of the areas of American culture that I think there's more like shame than just about any other. And like, if you screw up your money, so like SoFi's like, hey, like, we all do it. We're all in it together.
Right.
And their ethic has been like, we are with you. We're
Yes.
with you in their membership.
Absolutely.
We're with you. So they're doing all that really, really well. Really right. Like, kudos to them.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I would say SoFi's done a fantastic job of legitimately being a company that is worthy to talk about and for someone to share their story. You know, they're not. Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second.
One of the reasons why they're good at that, really quick, they have an in-house agency called Comma, which allows them to keep all of their branding together and on point, and they have all of the data together, which I think really, really helps them to keep that story tight and to really create that membership feeling amongst their members. So anyways, wanted to add that last point. Let's dive into create the campaign.
Okay, so create the campaign. So there are a couple things that I want to talk about to set this up. One, SoFi started off, they had an acquisition cost of about $350 per new customer, which is great. And they did what a lot of great early companies did. They built an incredible brand voice. They had their why down pat. This is why we're doing it. Right. And then they were very effectively, they were able to acquire customers effectively through social media and some other clever advertising. So fast forward now, 2018, their acquisition cost is nearly doubled, and now it's like $750+.
If we believe Fast Company.
If we believe Fast Company's reporting on this. And so this is such a typical pattern where like company gets big and all of a sudden what was working for you here ain't working for you up here.
Right.
And so now you need, as you grow, you figured out that what you're able, those who are going to care about your story have heard you, have responded. And now you got to go to like the next phase, which is people who would not have come across you want but need you and need your services. They're going to hear about you from a friend or someone who has influence in their lives. And this is where this is the time for the influencer campaign. So let's create it. we're talking to SoFi, hypothetically, we want to run an influencer campaign for them. What are the things that they can do that would be absolutely perfect for that would work in the influencer community?
Well, let's take what they're doing really well, which is the Money Talks campaign, where they're having their members talk about their financial troubles, and then they're putting paid media behind it. Instead, let's flip the model and work with influencers where people know the financial burdens that they have had and are dealing with on an ongoing basis. Let's have the influencers talk in a really raw manner about the financial challenges that they've had, and then show what the upside is. And this is your idea. I can't even take credit for it, although I'm going to right now. So a great idea you could implement is have the influencers refinance their student loans, or maybe it's another financial product, and then over time just show the dollar amounts in that jar continuing to increase. You can tell the audience why money's going in, or you can keep silent. And then at the end, you've got this kitty of cash. Some goes in your savings and some goes to a fantastic experience that's now paid for by SoFi.
Yeah.
And the influencer is off, ziplining in Costa Rica thanks to SoFi.
Thanks to so just make it real. I mean, like, this is like this is the kind of campaign that I love, where it's like, put it to the test. All right, SoFi, you're claiming I can save money. Let's have an influencer walk through it, do it, legitimately save money, take the sting out of any shame or embarrassment around it. Say, like, you are an idiot not to refinance your student loans because this is what I saved and I'm taking this trip because of SoFi. I think that would work brilliantly. Look, SoFi at this point, they need endorsement, they need evangelizers, and there is no better evangelizers than those who have built their own audience, have credibility,
no doubt,
and are willing to get real with their own audience about their finances, and have SoFi really truly partner with them along the way. The one last thing I would do for an influencer campaign, they're already doing these amazing networking events, these wine tastings, these dinners, etc. Have influencers go attend those and talk about their experience at these things.
Yes.
You're already doing something that's incredibly cool. Amplify it, and amplify it in a way that's native to someone else's channel, their voice. You don't have to worry about trying to create this thing. You've already done it. Amplify it, and amplify it through influencers, and it's gonna happen in a much more meaningful, incredible way. And you're speaking the language that millennials already speak. They speak social media. They speak. They're not watching TV anymore. They don't want the pre-produced stuff. They want the authentic, real stuff. Give them the authentic, real stuff.
It's going to be so much more effective, because if you put paid media behind one of the events that SoFi puts on, it's just going to seem like it's noise, because the brand is saying this is a great event. But if someone who is there, who's an influencer, who has an audience where people are wanting to hear about their experiences, talking about how awesome it is, boom, people buy it, it's credible, you've cut through the noise. So these are great ideas. Couple of things, there's a couple of ideas that we've shared. Obviously, there's a lot of more fantastic things we could do. Anything that you want to add before we wrap?
Yeah, I just want to say, kudos to SoFi for actually being a company that's doing it right, doing it ethically. Like, they're not nickel and diming their people. Like, they're not trying to do, they haven't behaved nefariously, and so now they're trying to do brand damage control, which we've seen before, and we've seen banks doing that. They're doing a good job. Amplify it, amplify it, amplify it. And so, because here's the thing, you're in the absolute perfect space. You have maximized what you've been able to do on your own, so you're absolutely in that right place where now you need influencers, but you also have the benefit of having a story that's worthy to tell, which a lot of companies don't do. And you have the benefit of influencers. We have so many influencers who are like, I don't want to tell that brand story because I don't believe in them. SoFi, they would believe in you. It's so easy for them
squeezy.
So easy for them to talk about. So that's where we will leave off. This is a good discussion. This is rapid fire. Sorry, again, apologies, I said uncaffeinated. So long from Detroit. We will see you next time.
Take care, guys.